Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Last Friday I took my niece and nephew to see Twisters. This movie was directed by Lee Isaac Chung, and it's not a sequel per se or a remake to the 1996 disaster movie. According to the movie's director, it takes place in the same universe, so it doesn't discount or discredit the events of the 1996 movie. And yeah, for the most part, it's a solid flick. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My niece and nephew really liked it. I had shown them the original movie earlier on the week. They enjoyed that as well. But their consensus was this one was a bit better. Ironically, my niece said she preferred the theme in the original Twister though, because she thought they were crazier and a lot more fun. And yeah, I can't argue with her. The cast is solid, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot more memorable characters in the original. Speaking of characters, the main lead is played by Daisy Edgar Jones. She plays Kate, who survived a harrowing event which led to most of her friends dying in an effort to map and track a Twister on her behalf. As a result, she fled her small hometown to the big city, but is dragged back in by a former associate in order to track more dangerous Twisters that seem to be growing in number along an infamous part of America known as Tornado Alley. It's there she bumps into the brash and boisterous Tyler Owens, played by Glenn Powell. He's a quote-unquote tornado rustler, and he is essentially the antithesis of what Kate is. He leads a team of misfits who track and record on YouTube their encounters with Twisters and tornadoes. And at first, Kate doesn't like the brash Tyler Owens and his team. She soon realizes there's a lot more to them than meets the eye. They have a lot more care and consideration than the team Kate is currently working with. Daisy Edgar Jones does a good job as Kate. Again, you might remember her from the horror movie Fresh. And Glenn Powell, who I think Hollywood is trying to push to be the next Matthew McConaughey, does a serviceable job. There is good chemistry between them, but it's nowhere near as electric as both Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton in the original. The rest of the cast is fairly fun, but as my niece said, they're not as memorable as the original team. Oddly enough, Sabrina's Kiernan Shipka turns up in what's essentially a cameo role as one of Kate's doomed friends at the start of the movie. The movie itself does do nods and homages to the original Twister. We have a newer iteration of Dorothy turning up, and in a nice kind of little wink to the original, you have a cameo from Bill Paxton's son, James Paxton, as Cody. He plays this 20-something asshole who's bitching about the motel not having any reception during the fucking tornado. The tornado effects for the most part actually look fairly solid, and I think that's down to it being shot in 35mm as opposed to digital. Sean actually pleaded with the studio to shoot in 35mm and got the backing from Spielberg to do so. And yeah, I totally understand why. The 35mm was easier to integrate and hide some of the ropiness of the visual effects, whereas digital would have made it a lot more obvious. That's not to say the effects look perfect, but they're damn solid. And the way the scenes are shot, you can maintain your suspension of disbelief. So at the end of the day, is Twisters a good movie? If you ask me, it's a great summer movie. It's a hark back to the old summer blockbusters we used to have. Back in the day, those popcorn flicks you didn't really have to put much thought into. And yeah, it's fun. It's up there with the original. If you enjoyed the original 1996 Twister, you will enjoy Twisters. It's fun, it's brash, it's loud. It's what summer blockbusters used to be made of. But yeah, guys, have you seen Twisters? What did you think? Do you prefer this or do you prefer the original? Let me know in the comments below. My name's Martin. This has been the Trash Picture Show. And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.